Hello, welcome back to Cookie and Hayden's. I'm Car Boot Chris. I'm a full-time reseller, and this is our lunch hour live, where we'll just talk about anything you want to, including, I thought we'd talk about the eBay opens that have been going on across the country. So if you've got any experience of that, we'll talk about it in a bit. You can share like the knowledge that has been shared if you want any little nuggets of information that might be useful for any of us in our reselling businesses. Feel free to share it. As Belle says so very nicely,
sharing is caring. Share the love.
There you go. So anyway, welcome to the show. We'll be here for about an hour. That's why it's called a lunch hour live. But we'll see how it goes. We've got 41 people in the chat. Welcome to everybody. Let's see who we've got in today. We've got Kevin in Florida. I hope you're okay. And it's probably a good time to say that if any of you guys watching are in Florida, whether now or after the fact, I hope you're all okay and you're not getting hit too bad, because it looks pretty bad in some parts of Florida. Kevin, I hope you're okay. And wherever that path of the hurricane is going, Carolina, I mean, Santa's up there, isn't he? Santa's in North Carolina, so hopefully he won't get hit too bad. Let's hope it's going to fizzle out soon. Thoughts are with you all. Flog some togs. You need to explain a bit about your username because it's baffling me a bit. So let me know why you chose that name, what it means. Hi, Daisy. We've got Alison in Canada. Welcome. AMPR and Limelight Vinty and GT Pre-Loved and Mark Williams. Welcome you all. It's 7 a.m. in Canada. Oh, unlucky. Well, it's about time you got off your ass, isn't it? And got some work done. So get up and get out. But watch this first and then get up. We need the viewers. Hi, Lisa. Tea cakes, most important. One on the intro doesn't even get a woof. Yeah, maybe I need to change it. Maybe I need to change that intro. It's getting a bit old now, isn't it? I don't like keeping intros and outros for too long. I like to change them up, but it takes time. Left-handed. Currently at an auction. We'll pop in as and when. Oh, crikey. Good luck. Hope you get some good stuff. Antoinette's here. We've got Matt Sell Stuff. Hi. And M's Den. Hi. Carly at number 53's popped in. Welcome. Chris, can we move lunch to 4 p.m? This 7 a.m.'s a killer. Yeah, come on, get up. 7 a.m. You should be up and about and ready for the day. Jez, welcome to you. We've got the Tap Peddler, Derek, Shabbat, and Phil, and Laura, and Jonathan. Welcome, everybody. Jackson as well. Let's see if we can see anybody else. Togs are clothes. I did not know that. I did not know togs are clothes. In what language is togs clothes? What? I've never heard that in my life. I really haven't. I sell mainly clothes, so flog some togs. Nope, you've lost me on that one. Is it a southern thing? Because I'm technically a northerner. Or is it a southerner saying? Because we do speak a bit of a different language, don't we? Hi, Rosie, Kathy, UK Reseller, and Fletch 1. Banana and cornflakes. Really? I mean, I do like both of those things, but put them together and I'm not sure. It's like I love peanut butter, I love chocolate, but I can't stand Reese's because you put the two together and it makes me feel sick. It's weird. Proper weird. Anyone else like that? What other two things can you like separately but not together? Peanut butter and chocolate is a prime example of that. And where we're going with this chat, I'm not sure, but there you go. Jonathan Jackson, I'm Northern, I use the word togs. No, I've never heard it in my life. Never heard it. It's English, I'm Manc and I know it. No. Everyone seems to know apart from me. KD says banana and cornflakes seems like a criminal offence. Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that one. It's a local thing, apparently, in the Black Country. Flog some togs. Interesting. Get your best togs on. No, never heard that. Never heard that phrase until now. I mean, I've been alive for about 31 years of my life, and I've never heard that phrase ever, ever, ever. So there you go. We're still learning. Defo used up north. It's defo not used up north. I'm down south. You don't hear it very often. Anyway, togs, whatever. Get togged up in your glad rags. Yeah. Every day's a school day. Very true, Mark. Yes. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Togs. The tog size is how thick your quilt is, isn't it? That's right, isn't it? Tog size. I'll try that on my missus. Get your togs off. Yeah. Try it. See what kind of reaction you get. Is my mic too high? I've not messed with it today. I'm sure it's fine. You'd have told me by now. It's defo used up north. Well, not in my world, it isn't. Not in my not in Stockport, it's not. Yes, Santa. Yeah, no, I've said the same this week. We're not going to Disney World. We're doing Universal, but yeah, I hope there's something left there. Hope there's something left of Florida to have a look round. I hope you're okay. Anyway, Santa, I did send you a message. Hopefully that storm doesn't head too much your way. I was looking at the NBC News or whatever it was on YouTube, and I was watching some storm chasers as well yesterday who were driving around in cars and stuff, doing live streams. That was interesting. But yeah, it looks like, well, according to the weather forecast, you guys might in Raleigh, you might get the sort of back end of it, maybe a bit of rain. I hope that's all it is you get. Australians use a variety of terms to describe their bathing attire, togs, which is an abbreviation of the 16th century word togman, meaning coat. Well, thanks for that nugget of information, Phil, but I'm not sure it helps much. It's interesting to know. Sliced banana, cornflakes, bit of milk, little toffee. What? Oh my God. You're adding toffee sauce onto it now. So this is a banoffee breakfast, basically. Banoffee. Hi, Guaz. Jonathan's from Poynton, not far from where I used to live. Do Southerners use the word keks to describe their pants? Now, that's a word I can associate with ANPR, keks. Get your keks off. That's probably the most common use of that phrase, that word. Get your keks off. Definitely. Tonks Boutique, hi, welcome. A storm named after yours truly. Oh yes, Shabba, Ian. Chris Tyler's in. Welcome, Chris. See, Shabba went the other way. Pull your keks up. I went get your keks off. So it shows you where our minds are. Tonks says, loving the peace and quiet. Hope wife's laryngitis lasts a bit longer. Don't let her hear you say that. Damien's popped in. Hi. Not watching chat as I'm moving stock about. Oh yeah, he's moving out of his unit into a container. Good luck with that, Damien. Get cracking. I can see I've started something here. Yeah, you have indeed, Flogs. We'll just call you. No, I have a habit of changing people's names a little bit. You might have noticed AMPJ 2006 is actually now called AMPR. People get a bit confused about that. They think I've read it wrong, but I'm not. I'm doing it deliberately. And there's a few others, I think, in the chat that I've kind of given little names. So from now on, Flogs and Togs is now called Togs. So Tog says, can I see some? I've started something on here. Yes. Just remember that one, Togs. Eastern Canada is still digging out from Fiona. They're still cleaning up and getting power to places like Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. Crikey. When was that, Alison? I don't remember when that storm was. How long ago was it, if they're still dealing with it? Usually said after a late Saturday night, Kex. Oh, Dodgy Keeper's a new subscriber. Welcome, Dodgy. I think we need an explanation of your name now. Dodgy Keeper, what does that mean? Come on, Laura, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. No, not at all. Just sold some camo trousers, can't find them. Yorkshire Mix is in. Here we go. Nigel says, lesson learnt this week. Sent my first 7 parcels via Every. They damaged one, sent one to wrong depot and had to reroute, and finally billed me overweight for a 500-gram parcel, claiming it was 1.5 kilos. Doesn't sound like you've had a good time there, Nigel. That's not good at all. That is going to put you off big time. Oh, Fiona was a few days ago. You see, I'd not heard anything about that one, Alison. I'd not heard a peep about that storm. Strange, isn't it, how some get coverage and some don't. Fix It's in, aka Tommy Lee. So you see, all the names are coming out. Tommy Lee. Very, very poor. TK, very poor. Chris, when do your boot sales fizzle out? They're kind of fizzling out now. We've lost the Dawlish one, although that one only runs through the real narrow summer months. So when I'm talking like June to September, or even, I think it might have even been July, I can't remember now, July to September. They're starting to fizzle. They just become weather dependent now until about Christmas. And I think once it gets to about December, we kind of lose a couple for a couple of months, and then they come back once the main part of winter has passed. So I think we're okay for a couple of months, but it's always, as always, it's weather dependent now. Yes, I did watch Porky's video, Chris. My initial reaction was, I mean, obviously, of course, I feel sorry for the guy and what's happened to his business. But in regards to the situation, my initial reaction was it just felt like a complete scam to me. It felt like he was being scammed. All the letters and emails and stuff, and going from demanding $150K to $3,000 felt like a scam to me. But then because it ended up getting linked to his eBay and then eBay shut him down, it's like, what was going on there? Could it still be a scam if somebody got it in for him? Or were they just trying to scam him out of money? That's what it's felt like to me, that it wasn't a real court situation, but I'm not sure. It's very difficult to say because Porky's only gave us the information that he gave us. So I'm sure that, maybe there's other information that, you'd need to know about. I know if it were me, and touch wood, God, nothing like that ever happens, but I'd definitely be wanting to track down what court that was heard in. And, you can probably get public information about where the court hearing was, what was said, and I'd be wanting that information. But I don't know. The initial part of it, the first half of it, where he was getting emails and letters and demands of money and making deals, I felt like that was a scam. That was typical scammy. But then the fact that his eBay went made me question it. So of course I feel, you feel for him. And stuff like that could happen to any of us, couldn't it? Tonks said I found vintage Alexander McQueen trousers in a charity shop yesterday for £1. Might be worth a lot of money. Nice. That sounds good. Sounds good. I picked up some fake Alexander McQueen stuff once. Yeah, I got totally done on those. Porky's story was shocking, yeah. Tap Peddler question, when you go away, what's your plan? Now, time away, a sell or hide item. I'm 2 weeks next week, so plan to use time away. I'm going to do the same, Derek. I've kind of decided that normally what I do, and I've made no secret of it, is when I go away, I normally extend my dispatch times and kind of slowly reduce them over the time away and deal with it like that. But I think this time I am just going to properly test out the time away settings. I've got some reservations about them. I'm a bit concerned about whether if I send offers out while I'm away, whether that's going to interfere with time away. But I had a quick conversation with Rummage Around Kieran, and he'd been away for a fair period of time, and he'd used the time away settings, and he said everything went through fine. He was dealing with offers, sending and receiving, making sales, and it was still maintaining that dispatch time. So I'm going to give it a whirl with time away this time because I'm away for 2 weeks. So I'm going to try it and see how it goes, rather than manually dealing with dispatch times and stuff. But I will message every single sale that I make. I'll message them. I have a copy and paste ready to go, just in case they haven't seen any information and they want to cancel, which will be fine. TK said I was in the Bahamas the week after Hurricane Andrew. Total devastation. Only tourist hotels were left standing and all the basements were flooded. You can keep your Caribbean islands as a place to live. I guess that's, yeah, it comes with the territory of, like, if you wanted to live there, you'd have to, like, be prepared for that kind of stuff, wouldn't you? I mean, I guess you can never truly prepare for like 150-mile-an-hour winds, but yeah, you kind of have to have that plan of action and stuff like that, wouldn't you? AMPR says Adams, Chelford and Chirk in theory keep going until the end of November, but I think they will just be full of traders. Not certain Joe Public will be selling in a freezing cold Dartfield at 6 a.m. Yeah, you might get a few, or if it's projected to be a nice sunny day, even though it might be chilly, you might get a few. Somebody told me the other day that Adams, that the Adams Chelford one has finished. Somebody told me that the other day, but I can't remember who it was in a message. You might even be in the chat. I can't remember. You know what my memory is like. Shocking. Hi, Mike. Mike and Francis. Hope Francis had a nice birthday. Who is this Porky? Sounds like an interesting video. Yeah, he's basically lost his eBay account after being accused of selling some items that had breached some copyright or something, or trademark infringement of trademark or something. I mean, he literally had a handful of items worth next to nothing money wise. But yeah, it's worth looking it up. Somebody can post a link if they want. That's fine. Hi Sam, welcome. GT said I sent offers last week whilst on time away. How did it go? Mark, with regarding your time away settings, were you sending and receiving offers, and did everything stay okay in regards to your dispatch times? When you got back, you didn't get any late dings or anything like that. Let me know how you felt it went. Question: don't think Coolio merch prices will rise following his tad premature passing. Do you have an opinion? I can't see that there's going to be any major movement on Coolio stuff. I did wake up this morning to a message on my phone that Coolio had died or whatever. I can't see that he was, such a big personality. Might have been a few years ago in the 90s. Gangster's Paradise and all that stuff. I guess if you've got anything like that that's unusual, like Gangster's Paradise and anything linked to that era, then you might be able to shift it. But I can't see. The generally, when someone passes away who's famous, the popularity of their items that you might sell solely is linked to their popularity in the real world, obviously. So, the bigger personality, the more chance of you selling stuff with their name on it. Hi, Sai. Welcome, new member this week. Welcome to the club. Somebody else said this to me, Shabba. Yeah, I can't remember who it was. There you go. Mike said Adams is finished. It does seem early because I didn't think Adams would finish at this time, but maybe there's an issue with the fields or something. The Vids is in. Good afternoon. Lisa watched it, felt sorry for him all over some cheap item. I know. GT says Touchwood looks good, no late dispatch things, also no complaints from buyers. Excellent. Were you messaging them as well? I always send a message when I'm away to every purchase saying thanks for your purchase. I'm away, as you might know. Is it okay to dispatch on such a day? If not, I will cancel your order. That's what I normally do. GT said there's a pretty large banner when someone's trying to check out and you're away. Also, eBay do seem to correctly update the delivery times. Right, okay, that's good. Fletch1 says, what would you say is the biggest advantage of opening an eBay shop? I'm a private seller who's old and retired. Well, it depends what shop level you're going for, Fletch1. Obviously, you get, for a set amount, you get an inclusive amount of listings. If you go from middle store upwards, you get a voucher for packaging, you get a voucher for promoted listings to use up. I do think when you open a shop, it probably gives you a little bit more visibility on eBay. When people go and click on your shop, I feel like it looks a bit more professional. They've almost got it looking like a little mini website now. It does look quite good. You can put a banner up, you can put little photos, you can add a video to your shop, you can order it all into proper shop categories. You can make it look really good. You can have promos on there with big banners and stuff you can click on. So yeah, if you move from private to a business account, what you will probably find is you're going to get less offers, and it will feel to you probably like it costs you more. I mean, it probably will cost you more. But when you're a private seller, they do seem to get a lot of selling offers, whereas when you're a business seller, you don't get as much. There you go. There's Porky's video. Alison said, I've been doing the logistics and I'm introducing international shipping to the UK and Australia. Oh, okay. Why just the UK and Australia? If you're going to do international shipping, Alison, why limit yourself to those two territories? Why not just open yourself up? Maybe you're just testing the water to see how it goes, see if you are comfortable doing it and if there's any issues. But I guess if you're going to ship to two, you might as well just ship to all of them. Yeah, what happened to Porky's was horrible. Over 5 $2.99 items. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it was something to do with that, Mike. Adams only allow 14 car boots per field council regulations. Yeah, I thought there was some restriction. And because of it's been such a warm, hot, sunny summer, they've probably not had as many cancellations as they would normally. You know what it's like in the UK, rainy days, and sometimes you get 2 or 3 Sundays where it's raining and it's cancelled, and that allows the season to continue longer. But obviously this year had a good run. Husty's said, I've had an interesting couple of days with eBay. Let us know what's going on. If sending an offer, are you adding a specific comment in the offer as well? That's a good idea, Derek. I probably would do that. I will do that. I'll have something ready for copy and paste. I'll just say, here's a great offer, but please bear in mind I'm away until X date, and I will dispatch the item on X date, and that then saves me sending another message. Yeah, that's a good idea, Derek. The included listings with a shop is important for me, says GT, as don't forget unsold items relist incur another fee. Yeah, so it's really easy to end up with more listing fees than you'd expect. True indeed. GT says if you're shipping internationally, use GSP. There you go. Alison's just testing the waters. Yeah, I use GSP. Yeah, I mean, I'm almost certain that if I turn GSP off and just put international shipping on, I know I'm going to get more sales, but what will come with it is more problems. I'm pretty sure of it. You'll get stuff that would have been resolved via GSP where you have to resolve it yourself. I mean, I guess the offset would be I would definitely get more international sales, but I'll just have more little issues to deal with. So that's why I currently use GSP, but I would never rule out in the future going to an international normal. Husty says 2 pairs of trainers taken down under the counterfeit policy was fuming. Got a lovely message from them, so I called and actually got to prove they were genuine. Then got a tail between their legs. Message. Ah, right. Well, at least they didn't just shut you down or do something silly like that, which they are known to be doing. Oh, I'll tell you what, has anybody had these new special edition Turkish Delights cherry flavour? You can get them in Home Bargains. They'll have like a bag of little mini ones. Oh my God, they are so nice. So they are just the normal Turkish Delights, mini ones. Got like a hint of cherry. It's like Coke and Cherry Coke. It's got that little addition of cherry. Oh, so nice. Love them. Someone in the eBay Facebook group suggested GSP covers Germany now. We don't have to. I've heard this as well, Shabba. I've heard this as well. But I've not done anything about it yet, other than I have asked eBay if they can give some clarification on this. So I'm waiting for a response from that. But they're still giving out conflicting information on this Germany thing. Is Belle feeling it? Yeah, she's okay. She goes through these phases, Jonathan, because she has chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. So sometimes if she's overdone it in a day or had a few days like doing too much, and when I say doing too much, it doesn't have to be a lot at all. Just like a long walk or, just doing too much around the house, it can really wipe her out. And sometimes that happens. So yeah, she's fine. She's working today, and sometimes when she gets like that, she just has to go and rest up and just sleep it off and try and feel better in the morning. Oh, Alison said you don't have GSP in Canada. Wow, I did not know that, Alison. That is new information. Right. Oh well, you haven't got a choice, then, have you? Shaba says cherry and lemon are amazing. In Poundland too. Yeah. Oh, I like lemon. I'll have to try those. Oh, Phil had some from Home Bargains, Chris. Very nice, yeah. I'm taking some away with me on the for the traveling snacks. Got a bag of them. I also bought some like Percy Pigs for traveling as well next week. Love Percy Pigs. But problem is, when I got home yesterday after we went shopping, I opened them and I ate half of them already. I have to keep my voice down a bit at this point because Belle's out there. Can't tell her. Probably Husty, yeah. Probably was that. So has anybody been to any of the eBay opens in your area? There's one here in Plymouth on the 13th of October, but I'm not here, so I'm gutted because I definitely would have gone to it. It would have been really, really interesting. Whilst we've been living down in Devon, I don't think they've done any kind of eBay open or anything like that down here. So it would have been good to go to that, but I'm away, sod's law. So put in the comments if you've been to one, where you've been, and what nugget of information you came away from, with. What information you came away with that might be useful for all of us to know. Oh, Emsden doesn't like Turkish Delight. Oh dear, guys. I am very, very disappointed. You've gone right down in my estimation here now. Turkish Delight is one of the nicest sweet things you can ever eat. Mark said he's already removed Germany from excluded list. Let us know how it goes, Mark. I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, at the end of the day, are they really going to identify these packages? And I can't see it. Katie says, I currently use a personal account and not a shop. I do get 1,000 free listings for now. At what point into reselling journey would it be worth upgrading to a shop? Well, if you use a personal account, right, here's the technicalities, right? If you're a business, and I don't know if you are or not, Katie, but if you classify yourself as a business, you're registered with HMRC and you do your tax returns and all that stuff, technically you should be registered as a business on eBay and whatnot. If you're using a personal account, you're just selling personal stuff, or you're not at the point where you are registered as a business, then that's fine. That's the technicalities. in theory, you know, you should. That's what you should do. But, you know, people do different things, and everyone does what they are comfortable with doing, and how people run their businesses is not my business. I am only genuinely concerned in how I run my business. But that they're technically the rules. So, you know, if you do run as a business, then I would definitely advise you to think about going onto an eBay business account. Even if it's not a shop, you can have the lowest level. You got a good eBay rep. That's good. I mean, that's half the battle, isn't it? Oh, Husty says, I've got fibro, Chris. I know her pain literally yeah, she can be in tears sometimes. She's in that much pain, you know, it's bad. It can be bad. So I'm always having to like remind her sort of how far to go with things and how much to do. And we'll have to be careful while we're on holiday that we don't overdo it. Too much walking and getting bashed about on the rides and stuff. That will have an effect on her for sure. eBay Open, I'd really recommend it. And there you go, straight from Mark there. Lisa said, I've seen some videos of sellers that have been in the USA. And I saw Mel's one as well. And a couple from the US. I would go if I could, Tonks. I would definitely go just to sort of see what it's all about, touch base with the old eBay reps, have a chat. Yeah, I've never been to one because they've always fell wrong for me. Oh, GT went to the South End one. And yeah, where's Andrew? He went to one. He did, yeah. Mel said you don't need to list every day, and you need to be consistent. The thing is, I think it's better that, and I'm not saying, you know, some of the information that Mel passed was really good, but she's eBay Australia, and some of the information that eBay Australia give out is different to eBay UK. Just like some of the stuff in eBay USA is a bit different to eBay UK. Because like Mel said, her advice that she got from an eBay rep at hers was that after 9 months of an item being listed, it almost vanishes from search. So that at that point you should relist the item and start again. But here in the UK, what eBay UK have been telling us is that after 3 months, so after 90 days, your items really get lost in search and you should relist them. So there's a difference there straight away. So I always think it's better that you try and take more notice from the UK people, because the different sites around the world operate a little bit differently. Even though it is eBay, they do have different things going on. I still watch Mel's stuff because they're good videos and it's really interesting, and the information is very useful still, because there's a lot of generic information that's useful across the board, definitely. I don't believe that one, Husty. You know what? I really don't believe it, because you go a day without listing. Do you feel it? You go a week without listing. Bloody hell. I'm not sure. You know what? eBay will not tell us everything anyway. They won't tell us all the information. They just won't. GT says, my nugget of info from the eBay Open is sign up to eBay's free Susu program. Oh, you've been talking about this in the group, haven't you? Tell us a bit more about it if you like. Andrew said it's pointless using promotions under 5%. I don't do any promotions under 5% now. Also, they said always respond to messages quickly. Yeah, bloody hell. Sometimes I'm in bed and a message comes in, I reply to it. Kimmy Kitty's in, working and listening. That's fine. Welcome. Stress, yeah, totally. She finds the same as well, Husties, definitely, yeah. Free lunch at eBay open. Brum went to one. Brum went to the same one that Andrew went to. I assume it's Birmingham. I make that assumption because I don't know for sure. Yeah, free bar, I think. I think there was a free bar. And that's probably why he went. Fletch won. I hate Turkish Delight because I had to get it for my mum from Topshop when I was a little boy. I had to avoid all the bullies that lived up there different times. Wow. Yeah, it's funny how things leave a mark on you, isn't it? Really? Wow. We definitely need more UK information because it's different. Yes, Santa, yes. I had an email from Universal Studios yesterday or the day before telling us that due to the weather incoming, that they were closing for 2 days and anticipate reopening. Yeah, I've had that information, Santa. Thank you for passing it. I hope it's all in order there. It hasn't been bloody ripped up. Tonk said, I've sold items listed for 2 years without selling similar that I forgot about and was still found in search. I think if things are really unique, they'll still get found in search. I think resellers think a lot. eBay auto refresh your item every 30 days, don't they? Yes, they do. But what they were saying is that after a certain amount of time, even with the relists, if the same item has been there without alterations, without price changes, without title changes, and all that, eBay will just stop showing it in searches because they basically get the impression that buyers are not interested in buying it because it's been there so long. That's what they're saying. Sam says you need to list every day, end of, especially if you're full-time. I do agree with that, Sam, totally. I kind of get a bit, I get a bit stressed if I've got to a certain point in a day and I've not got any listings on. It starts to stress me out a bit. You get a bit anxious about it. So when I go on holiday, I have stuff that when I'm away next week for 2 weeks, I don't know about Derek, whether he'll do the same, but I've scheduled stuff to go on and I've ended loads of listings and I've scheduled those to go on again with lower price points. So they're a bit different than what they were before. So I've got activity for the entire 2 weeks. So that's, I don't think I've had a non-activity day since I was full-time. Like no sell similars, no relists, no new listings. That's very, very rare for me. And to be fair, touch wood, that is wood, isn't it? Or is that plastic? I'll say it's wood. No sales days. Don't think I've had one this year. You know that's going to happen now, don't you? Have I had a sale today? Quick. Yes, I have. I don't think I've had one this year. Jack says, I don't understand why. Just try to balance the algorithm and understand. Just smash through it and please every part that is obvious and sales will come. Yeah, it's a good point, Jack. Yeah. Get your listings on, take good pictures, list daily. If you do all that, it should be okay, shouldn't it? People will find your items and eBay will help people find your items. Here you go. So the Susu is a startup scale-up 12-week program. You get 6 hours of one-to-one with eBay rep. 50% off final value for 90 days and no listing fees. Really interesting as they cover all aspects of listing. That does sound interesting, Mark. Yeah, it does. I'll look that up. Not perfectly aligned for resellers, but still a good use of time. No, don't need to be a brand new seller. Right. I'm gonna go take a look at that. eBay rep confirmed to me that an auto refresh is not the same as a delete sell similar and allegedly does affect search prioritization. There you go. There you go. I've got a video coming out whilst we're away. I've filmed it and I did a little experiment. Over the course of a month, I literally ended every item in my store. So at the moment, technically, in the eyes of eBay, every single item in my store, that's nearly 1,500 items, is no more than 1 month old. So I've done that over the course of the last month or so. But what I did was when I relisted them, each day I did a different thing. I did relist one day, sell similar the next. And when I did that, I reduced the price a little bit on everything. And I wrote in the SKU box whether it was a relist day or a sell similar day. And then I kept a little tally mark of everything that's sold, relist or sell similar, just to see which one was more effective at getting the sales. And I do have an answer for you. I'm not going to tell you right now, but I have an answer. And the video will be out whilst I'm away next week. So there'll be something to look forward to while I'm not here. Here he is. He is here. He's alive. I've been to eBay Open. Biggest secret is the free bar. Yeah, I bet they didn't advertise free bar, did they? They just have every Tom, Dick and Harry turning up. And Andrew. Everyday listing. If you are full-time, you need to do full-time hours to get a full-time wage. Yeah. And then some, Derek. Add up how many hours you do in a week. Mine's more than full-time. Every little bit. And I mean, when you're sat sourcing stuff on your phone, when you're dealing with car boots, when you're listing, when you're cleaning, when you're, what else is other jobs? Is that other jobs dealing with admin, tax? Do more than your average full-timer, definitely. Lisa says, how long do you leave it before you end and sell? Well, like I said, Lisa, at the moment, I'm doing 1 month, but I'm going to push that back now that this experiment has gone. So what I'm going to end up doing, I think I'm going to do 2 months. So what I'm going to do is, at the end of month 1 of being listed, I'm going to reduce the price. And then at the end of month 2, I'm going to end it, start again. That's my plan now. There you go. Andrew said never missed an eBay Open. Well, you're never going to, are you, if it's a free bar? Was it free food? Was it free Weatherspoons as well? Yeah, it's expensive, Santa, isn't it? $109 for a single day. We've got a 14-day like unlimited pass, but we're probably only going to go twice or 3 times maybe, but it was cheaper to do that than buy separate tickets. AMPR says, on the eBay seminar that I joined a few weeks ago, they advised ending and selling similar after 90 days. Yeah, that seems to be the theme that comes out of these eBay Opens, is that one, 90 days. Whereas Mel in Australia said that she was told 9 months. Now, that seems a long time, but maybe their systems are a bit different in Australia. Yeah, don't forget your thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. I know. I think he's a lurker, you know. I think Andrew has become a lurker. I think he is actually there watching. But he just stopped commenting for some reason. Brum got offered the eBay startup when he saw the concierge. I got told to list more. Yeah. There's no helping Andrew. Andrew, all you've got to do is get some stuff listed, then it'll work. eBay gives us a listing quality report. Do what it says on the listing quality report, and that's pretty much the secret. And don't let listings stagnate. Yeah, that's good. Shane says, hi, I took part on the Pro Trader Category Specialist and was invited to this and had weekly calls to discuss ways of increasing sales. It lasted 12 weeks. Most stuff you already know, to be fair. Okay, interesting to know. Husty says, I'll leave it 2 months top before I sell similar. Yeah, I'm going to move to 2 months, I think. I was doing 1 month, but as you'll see in the video, I've got a reason for changing to 2 months. So look out for it. Hi, Brad. Welcome. Never made it to Weatherspoons. Hi, Peter. Welcome. I'd like to go to an eBay Open, but it's always been an inconvenient time. Maybe it's been the same for me, Derek. Yeah. Everything in Aussie land is upside down. Very true. True fact. Even their water goes down the plug hole the wrong way, doesn't it? Peter's a lurkier. Yeah, that could be true. Yeah, I thought about that as well, Andrew. Yeah, a bit less competition, so maybe things sort of stay live a bit longer. Peter doesn't promote at all. And Husty's doesn't. Oh, I've made a sale. A Shazam t-shirt. Wow. £10 t-shirt. Paid £30 postage on GSP. I like how that pops up now. I like to be able to see what these guys are paying for postage. That was expensive. They really wanted that t-shirt. I don't promote unless it's crazy high price and it's worth it. eBay advise promoting at their recommended level. Well, they would do to be fair, but I do that anyway. I normally do 8, 9, or 10% capped, but at the eBay recommended level. So actually, when you look at your stats, at the moment, the average that I pay on promoted listings is 5.5%, even though sometimes I have it capped at 10%. But the average that I actually get charged is 5.5% at the moment. Monumental Andrew says 2%, Lisa. The concierge that I spoke to said anything above 5% wasn't necessary, even in the categories that are swamped. Wow. Fancy giving you that information. Fancy saying that, though, Andrew. I mean, they work for eBay. They're telling you not to promote above that. That's interesting that they actually gave you that information. Married to Reselling are lurking as well. If I list every day, I don't get no sales days. Went 3 years with none. This year I've had 8 no sales days, but I've not listed in months. Well, there you go. There's the proof right there. The proof is in the pudding, and Andrew is the pudding. When they stop promoting, the mistake a lot of people make is to look at the impressions graph, not the sales one. Fair enough. Yeah. I just go off, like, when I stop promoting, when I stop using promoting, because I've turned it off a couple of times in the last 2-3 months, turned it off for a few days, my sales die a death. So that tells me everything. My sales just die a death. A bit like Mel. Mel was saying, if you watched a recent video, that she recently changed her promoted listings, and actually by accident, it effectively turned off her promoted because she set up a new campaign and paused an old one. Or if you pause campaigns, it takes a while for you to be able to open new campaigns, and she didn't realize that. And what happened was basically nothing in her store was being promoted, and she went all weekend with about 5 sales, and she has a 4,000 item store, and that's like unheard of. So she effectively turned off promoted, and her store died. And that is exactly what happens to mine. If I turn off promoted, I end up putting it back on within a couple of days because I'm like panicking about sales. I mean, I normally get some sales because I've not had a no sales day this year, but it drastically decreases. Vins has never done promoted. It's really not that difficult, Vins. It's pretty easy to set up. Apart from promoted listings advanced, which is the pay-per-click stuff. That's a bit more complicated. I wouldn't necessarily advise you use it that much. I'm like an angel delight, whatever. I have an order via GSP to the USA. Item is £1.95, GSP £17.35. Crazy, isn't it? They must really want these items. Mrs. England's Emporium, welcome. Flipping L, lurking whilst working, not shirking. Lovely. I like the rhyme. I like the poem. Depends if you promote everything, then suddenly dope the algorithm. Yeah, it doesn't. It's like your story's addicted to it. It's like, you know, going cold turkey. I reckon you probably have to go cold turkey for about a week before your store gets back to normal. But it's whether you want to go a week with shitty sales. Captain Upshot, welcome. Just as we're talking about how Australia are a bit weird, he pops up. Same here when you stop promoting. Yeah, I always turn it back on again. I was promoting up to 3 or 4 months ago. I had plenty of no sales days. I stopped promoting, started listing more and reviewing my listings, and turnover has increased by 50%. Nice. But then whilst you were promoting, if you weren't listing as much and you weren't reviewing listings, then imagine what you might be able to make, Peter, if you do all this reviewing and more listings and promote. Maybe you'll be 100% more sales. I'm just throwing that out there. I've hit the bottom of the chat, unbelievably. 97 people in the chat. Wow. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It was like I was summoned. Yeah, you were. Summoned the Aussie. We were basically just saying how Australians are a bit upside down. I mean, your water goes around the plug hole the wrong way around. I mean, that's not right, is it? That's not right. What percentage do you? Well, currently I either do, because I change it once a week. Once a week I end and start a new campaign. So I either do 8, 9, or 10%, but capped at the trending rate. So whatever eBay's trending rate is, it's capped. But like I said before, when you look at the stats, the average that I'm paying is 5.5%. That's put the cat among the pigeons, Chris. Well, could be worth a try, Peter. Imagine 100% uplift if you did all that together. Surely it's got to be worth a try for a couple of percentages. But also, maybe your sales are going up now because we're getting closer to Christmas. There's so the thing is, it's hard to compare on eBay because there are so many factors in play. There are so many inside factors and outside factors. That means you can never really do a proper test, or you can never really compare your sales one month to another because there's so many different factors going on. Very difficult. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm just saying what if, that's all. I'm still waiting for eBay to pay me something. They've never paid me a penny for all of my promotion, all of my videos. One day they're going to turn around and say, Chris, you're doing such a good job. Why don't you come work for us? And I'll be like, to you lot, I'll be like, see ya. eBay pay me 100 grand to come and tell them how to run their business. Car Boot Chris, eBay CEO. Brad says, I'm starting to go in my parents' footsteps and start reselling. How old are you, Brad? I'm glad that they showed me your channel, as now I can start trying to not just lower the price after 2 days of someone. Hang on a minute, I need to reread that. I'm glad they showed me your channel, as now I can start trying not just lower the price of 2 days of someone. I see what you mean, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting into it more. Because the thing is, right, the good thing about reselling, and I always say this to Belle, right, you'll always be able to make some money, right? Whether you're off to university or you're about to retire, the knowledge that you've got in reselling and how to sell items, how to source it, how to sell it on the platforms that you use, you'll always be able to make some money if you need it. Whether it's to supplement your income, to supplement your college, university, to pay for some holidays, you'll always have that knowledge that you can use to make more money, to make money literally out of nothing, really. And that's the great thing about it. GT says that free postage or paid. eBay rep says free. Well, yeah, I mean, eBay say that if you offer free postage, it's another one of those little indicators that might help your item go up in search results. That's what they say, isn't it? I only do free postage on the categories that really need it, like media and stuff like that. No, I don't do free on the rest. I've considered it many times. I've thought to myself many times, should I just scrap the postage and just go free on everything? Because that's what people want, really, isn't it, ultimately? But then also, when you sell individual items that are like one-off items, it doesn't really matter if it's free or if it's paid. It makes no odds, because if there's no competition, you might as well just charge the postage. I've had lots of free. I have actually. You're right there, Andrew. I've had lots of free stuff. I'm still in touch with people at eBay. After we went to we were invited to one of their little like focus group conferences things in Richmond at their eBay headquarters, and Nick and Andrea were there as well as a few other resellers and stuff and businesses. And we still have a contact with those people, and now and again they send us free stuff, and you've seen us giving away mugs and notebooks and all sorts. So yeah, we do get something out of them. I want to be paid, though. I want money. The thing with free postage is offers and sales. It's much easier to run sales. Accept every offer if postage is covered. Yeah, you can't offer as good a discount, can you, if it's free post? Just noticed I've been on 1 hour 4 minutes, guys. Let's try and get to the bottom of the chat, and then we'll call time and let you all get back to work. Tap Peddler says, my son started reselling, been going to the boots with me, picking up trainers, doing quite well so far, list stuff straight away. It's good when you first start, you get that enthusiasm to get stuff on, don't you? And then you kind of, your death pile starts building and life gets in the way, doesn't it? Uncle Albert's in. Reselling is a great way to earn some extra cash. You don't even need to look far, just what's in your closet. True enough. Sell your own stuff. Sell all the stuff in your house and you'll be rich. Chris, the godfather of eBay. Yeah, I wish. %40 uplift when I switched to hiding my postage costs. So basically you went to free postage, Andrew, and you saw a decent uplift. Yeah, of course. If you do media, you've got to. Yeah, I blame Amazon as well. Problem is when you start dealing with offers, isn't it? That's when it starts eating into it, and then you realize you've accepted an offer and you've got to now post that for free. So maybe your offers aren't going to be quite as good as what they used to be. Because I send out some pretty good offers to people. I might send, depending on what the item is, how long I've had it, what I paid for it, etc. I might send a 25-30% offer. But I probably won't be able to send that kind of offer if I'm doing free postage. I'm not ruling it out though. I'm just spitballing here with you what I'm thinking. But I've thought for a long time whether I should just turn it off and just do free postage. Lindsay and Alvin, hi guys, welcome. We're just about finishing in a minute, so you're at the back end. This is not a good place to be. Chris Bungle is still uncomfortable. Yeah, he's kind of got a cricked head, hasn't he? The most common offer I get is a postage cost taken off, though, so £7 on a £10 item. Yeah, true, Sam, but so if you listed that item at £7 with free postage, is that right? So if you've got an item for £10 and you're charging £3 postage, I have to get my head around it then. And they're offering you 7 with £3 postage to make it 10. So you get the postage for free. But then if you take off the postage and say it's free, are they going to then lowball you even more on the offer? I know where you're coming from though, Sam. Yeah. I get a lot like that as well, where it's sometimes I send out offers like that are basically saying I'm going to post it for free. I send out a lot of offers like that. And it does work. But it's like if the postage is free, then I'm going to have to send even lower offers. Captain Opshop does free postage on everything. A lot of people do. Thanks for the live. Thanks, Mike. Cheers for coming along. Brad says 19 years old. And yeah, my mum and dad are like my masters when it comes to reselling. So I can go to them and that's good. That's great. That's good. Good luck with it, Brad. Really, I hope it works out. But it's great to have that knowledge of how to sell something and make a profit on it. You see, with that Nafanify, I can't be asked going into that level of detail with it. I would rather have either everything has postage on it in my store or everything's free. I can't really be bothered with the messing about on each item. You know what I mean? I think if I was going to go like free, it'll just be free. I'll just do free on everything. Not necessarily. I think just people are just looking at, you're probably right mostly in most cases, but Lindsay and Alvin charge postage on everything. Yeah, I think you get more charging post. Postage is not free. It's not. That's true. Yeah, that aspect of it is true. Yeah, it's easier to understand the total. Kathy says, no way you have a 19-year-old son, Lindsay and Alvin. The quality listing report would have you put free postage on everything. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, because they do want that. They want that. They want that competition with Amazon, don't they? And I still don't understand it to this day why they feel like they have to compete with Amazon, because I just see them both as two separate entities. I see them as different organizations, different ways to buy and sell. I don't see them as competition. Tonks has got everything free postage. Jake says, I'm currently a serving PC as you were. I started reselling this summer. It's been going well. I'd like to leave, but I'm worried about the income difference. Was this something you worried about? Well, I had another job in between, Jake. So I left the cops. What year did I leave the police? 2016 I left. And then I went to work for a charity for 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. But whilst I was in the cops, so from 2015, so a year before I left the cops, I was already part-time reseller at that point. So probably a bit like where you are now. I was part-time reseller. And I slowly sort of increased as I went along. I left the cops, joined the charity, did work there for a couple of years, and then decided to go full-time reselling. So I spent a few years part-time just building up my reselling business to a point where I could go full-time. And to be honest, I think that's the best way to go. It's the safest way to go because you're constantly testing the water about your income and how much you need to survive and stuff. But the problem is everyone's different, Jake. Everyone needs different amounts of money to live on. Everyone has different bills. Some people have a mortgage, some people don't. Some people rent, some people own their house. Some, different levels. Some people have people lodging. Some people have other incomes coming in. So, there's so many different variables in people's lives that you can't compare it. I'm doing okay. I'm not earning anywhere near as much as I would as I was in the cops. If I'd still been in the cops now, I'd be earning a lot more money than what I am now, and I'd have a nice pension. But you got to ask yourself, is it what you want to do? Are you enjoying it? That's the thing. Don't make rash decisions. Do things in a slow manner and build it up slowly if you can. Try not to make rash decisions. As a buyer on eBay, I used to filter out buyers who charge postage, be stung with postage too many times. I've never done that in my life, Andrew. Never. I've never filtered out people who charge postage. I just think that's ridiculous. I really do think that is, because you could when you're searching for something, you could be cutting out something, a brilliant item that someone's selling. You could be missing out on that because they charge postage. I've never done that in my life. I don't think many people do that. Just a guess, but I would never do that. Thanks for the company. Oh, whoopsie-daisy. I nearly ended the stream by accident. Totally. Yeah. They are focused on Amazon, and it's like, I don't even think that they are their competition. I don't use Amazon anywhere near as much to buy on. It's like if I want something new, brand new, and I want it fast, I go to Amazon. But that situation is pretty rare. I'll check on eBay the prices. If I want something secondhand, always go to eBay or one of the other selling platforms. GT says, I have a chess set for sale with free postage. I got an offer of £4 that won't even cover postage and fees. But I bet the buyer didn't see it like that. I know, yeah, because they do. They think it's free. They think it costs us nothing. Topic for another day. Can you earn a living reselling without hitting the VAT threshold? I can answer that now. Yes. For me, for what I need. Yeah. I have a mortgage. I have all the bills that come with a home. I have a almost new car that cost me a fair bit of money. So yeah, I can. Definitely you can. But everyone's different because it depends what you need to earn. But you hate it. You'd be hated by most of the general public. What does that mean, Husties? Yes, stressful. Yeah, totally. Stressed me out. If I hadn't left, I'd have gone off sick, long-term sick probably, because that was the way I was going. Afternoon to Steve. There you go. Yeah, Andrew says most are below. Totally agree with that one. Yeah. Depends on the margins and stuff that you are dealing with, though. I would say it's I would say it's more difficult to be below the VAT threshold if you're an Amazon seller, especially if you're solely Amazon, because the margins are much smaller. So your income needs to be much higher to earn a living on Amazon because of all the fees they charge, and the margins are so much smaller. But I would say that's more difficult, but certainly on eBay and the other platforms. My margins are clearly too low. Yeah. I mean, that's something you have to look at. Generally, if you're buying from boot sales, it shouldn't be too bad. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can do a career break. But the problem is, if you read the small print on career breaks, I'm going way over time here. Let's just, we need to wrap this up in a minute. If you read the small print on career breaks, they actually say to you that you can't do another paid job. So, you have to be careful of that. It might have changed now. I don't know. And it seems like a ridiculous requirement. But a lot of the career breaks used to say that you couldn't do another job, another role or whatever, earn money in another way. You were to use it for family purposes, for travel, stuff like that. But maybe it's changed, but it could be an option. Done 7 years and it's not the same even in that short time. I won't make any rash decisions. Thanks. Yeah, no worries, Jake. Anytime you ever want to chat about it, drop me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Always happy to have a chat. I did 13 years, Jake, and it took its toll on me, to be honest with you. I'll probably be, we've probably gone off sick in the end because it was just horrible. Worst thing I find with full-time reselling is I now work even if I'm ill. Yeah, you don't have a choice, do you, really? Unless you're really laid up. Oh, yeah, I get you. I think I'm down to the bottom of the chart. Hard job. Yeah, very hard. And to be fair, they don't make it easier in the job. It's not like as if dealing with the public and dealing with shit bags and dealing with people in stressful situations isn't hard enough. The actual job makes it even harder. In fact, I could probably cope with dealing with the public, horrible situations, stressful situations out on the street. I could probably deal with that. I was okay with that. But actually, the stress comes from, in my opinion, you get more stress from actually having to do the in-house stuff, the processes. I don't know. It's very hard to explain, but they don't make it easy for you to do your own job. Let me just put it that way. Hi, Mark. Really enjoyed the chat. Sorting Lego needs something to occupy my mind. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you popping in. Right, everyone. Okay, what's coming up now? Saturday, boot sale day, of course. Boot sale video out Saturday. There'll be another one. And then Monday night, we're back live. It will be our last Monday night for a couple of weeks. There's a pre-warning. But I have got content made, ready to go, filmed, edited, and there'll be plenty of content coming out whilst we are away. And also, if we get an opportunity, possibly, we might do some kind of live stream whilst we're away. Maybe we'll go in a Goodwill store, in a thrift store or something, and film our way around. You guys can tell us what to pick up or whatever. Yeah, we're going to try and do something whilst we're away. I'll definitely get some footage and release some videos when we come back. But Monday nights will be the last for a couple of weeks, I think for 2 Mondays. So, yeah. Thank you, though. Thanks, Emsden. Cheers, Kathy. Quick question from Lisa. Can you still manage to do everything on your own if you're above the VAT threshold? Comes a point where you may need extra help. Yeah, I think when you get into that stage, you probably would need extra help. Late and live on the Tap Peddlers channel tonight. Oh, don't forget movie chats tonight, 7:15 as well. So you could watch movie chats 7:15 and then go over to Late and Live with Derek at 9:30. It's a fair point, the legend. Yeah, I don't understand why people don't do free postage. Yeah, I may still change mine at some point. I really might do. Right, we're done. Thanks all for joining us. Really appreciate you. We had over 100 in the chat there for a lunchtime live. That's good. I secretly think you prefer lunchtime lives to come list with me. We might do a come list with me next week as the final live show before we go away. So look out for that. If not, I'll just do a lunch hour live. Thanks all. Have a good afternoon. I hope your sales just go through the roof today.